Good morning, crew. Well, there's Dylan outside with his dog again. It is Saturday, April, 26th. Let's say April 26th. This is our update about what we did yesterday. To start with, I'm going to actually start at the end of the day, or I'm going to talk about the social stuff before I wander around the house and show you things we did. So, I think I made the video later in the day yesterday, so you could see I was outside working. But as I mentioned earlier, Dafydd Ellis, because we know multiple Dafyds, both of them we saw yesterday. On Thursday, he talked to us about, he took away a bunch of the rubbish, but we still had that Welsh cupboard that I mentioned yesterday. And so he had said, though technically I don't think this is okay, he said maybe he could take it in for us. And if I went in with him, he would schedule it. He have to schedule time to go to the dump. But he called yesterday morning and said, "Listen, I can't find a time we can take it that's convenient in the next couple days. But I know a guy." So I don't want to give too many details because I don't want to get anyone in trouble. But so a guy showed up with a van, and Dafydd came over, and I had disassembled the hutch slash Welsh cupboard, and he just showed up, and Dafydd and I carried out the pieces and stuck it in the back of the van, and I gave him 10 quid, and boom bang, it was gone. So that was really, as I said yesterday, it's who you know, right? And Dafydd was talking about this. He said, if you live here long enough, you know who the guys are who, often they'll help you out. So then Dafydd and I sat and chatted for, 45 minutes, had a great talk. So since he met Tom like a week ago, a little more than a week ago, he's read one of Sarah's books, the one set in Carnarvon, and he really liked it. And he asked, so Sarah gave him a second book to read. And we had a great talk with him, super interesting guy. He was an athlete. He runner, organized running events, just a, super high energy person, done a lot of really interesting things in his life. So fun chatting with him. Anyway, that was great. But the nice thing is, like here, I think I started out by showing you that the cupboard was over there. It's really nice having it gone. We're going to put a desk in that corner after the floors are redone in here. The warming cupboard was over there. Now it's gone. It's feeling a little empty in here. I think we need a couple things on the walls. But, speaking of which, actually, I should show you since I'm pointing over there. Sarah painted that cupboard that was put in, which has our gas meter in it now. So that's something Sarah finished yesterday. Nice to have that done. Another thing off the list. And then I actually did some other things, which I'll show you in a minute. But, by the end of the day, we were both pretty tired. I'm still have this cold. Sarah's got it now. I don't know if you can tell, but it's just, it's a little bit, it's not bad, actually. It's just kind of hanging on there. So we were kind of tired. But at the end of the day, we decided we should go for a walk. And so we did a little wander around town, and there's a carnival in town right down below the castle. It's one of those horrible, cheesy local carnivals that kids love. But it's so loud, and we were walking down around the castle, and I was just like, oh my god, this is driving me nuts, and it's playing auto-tuned, mass-produced music. And so instead of walking like we normally do on Sagantium Terrace, where you can look out over the castle and everything, because the noise is so loud, we walked back up in the neighborhood up there and kind of added, an extra 10 minutes to our walk. And as we were coming home down Palace Street, which is a couple blocks over, you can look it up on Google Maps if you want, we ran into Dafydd and Jean, who we had dinner with a couple days ago. So different Dafydd. It's Dafydd's birthday. It was Dafydd's birthday yesterday, and they'd gone out to dinner. And so we started chatting with them, and eventually we said, why don't you come over and we'll have some tea? And they were like, great. And so we came over, we sat in this room together, and for another 45 minutes, had just a really nice little chat with them, enjoyed hanging out, and it just, once again, this is, it's the social interaction here is great. It's fun to be here. So that was the social part of our day. So let's talk about what we've done. So I mentioned Sarah painting this cupboard, which looks really nice now. You'll see Sarah went running this morning. It's raining, so actually it's already dry. But we've been having issues with the washer and dryer walking. So I did a little carpentry work, some joinery work, and added some lips. I glued those on and put them in with light nails, and I think that between the gluing and the light nails that they should keep the washer and dryer from walking off those platforms now. I also actually bought some vibration dampening feet for the dryer. Anyway, little project there. But the thing that I spent a couple hours on, and you probably saw some of in the video yesterday, was I pressure washed out here. And you can see, they obviously used this area to mix up the render and spilled it everywhere. And, I imagine there's a tool I could use to chip off a lot of that render off of these pavers. But the pressure washing actually made a big difference. I don't know if you can actually tell, but there was a little bit of green slime on everything, and it's pretty, got, a lot of the dirt out. When we're done, we're going to move this over there that way, and we'll move the picnic table into this spot, which is kind of designed for. And then hopefully that can happen at some point. But yeah, the pressure washing, a couple hours of work, well worth it. Got everything cleaned up. There's always more debris here. But as you can see, it's a rainy day here, although the weather is supposed to get much, much better. Yeah, that's the work we did yesterday. It was a good day. I feel good. Of all the things that we have to do, pressure washing the area out there and cleaning it up was kind of the last big one. Everything else is kind of cake at this point. Although there is one more thing that would be really nice to get done before we leave. But we won't mention it today. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.